inspires me and what impresses me the most about the female body is its just sheer strength.
This commercial of Brooke Shields as a teenager talking about her underwear and everything else under there was banned since, frankly, the over-sexualization of Shields should not have been on TV in the first place. Calvin Klein is known for their gross commercials, but even they went too far for CBS and ABC in 1980 when the networks banned the commercial featuring a panning shot over the body of a very 15-year-old looking Brooke Shields, including directly into her crotch, before she peers coyly into the camera and whispers,
"You want to know what comes between me and my Calvins? Nothing."
Poor Shields didn't even realize what she was implying about her undergarment situation, as if she was never told to be naked on set before or talk about sexual things on set, despite being a literal child.
We're 15. 16 in 2 days.
And speaking of being a literal child, this pales in comparison to the film that really ignored the fact that Shields was too young to be sexualized, which she was, only 12 years old when playing her incredibly famous role in the controversial picture, Pretty Baby. Her character, Violet, is the daughter of a drug-addicted brothel-running woman in the early 20th century New Orleans, when prostitution was legal. Violet's mother decides to auction off her virginity, and we get the disgusting beginnings of a legacy of being taken advantage of as a world-famous actress.
It's kind of fun.
You really are an exquisite-looking young lady. I know you've been told that, but isn't she a pretty girl?
I mean, come on. Forget Calvin Klein commercial. This movie is about actual themes that are barely appropriate for a 12-year-old to watch, and definitely not appropriate for a 12-year-old to understand. But Brooke Shields understood everything, apparently, having grown up in New York in the 70s and having seen sex workers on the street, knowing full well that women were servicing themselves for cold, hard cash. The 70s were different, man.
You talking to me?
Scorsese's Taxi Driver captures the essence of 1970s New York perfectly, wherein De Niro plays a noble yet deranged insomniac cab driver, and Jodie Foster plays a, you guessed it, child prostitute. Oh, but she's also like 12, so come on, guys, what the f***? But let's hold off on yelling at Marty here, since he was just trying to depict the f***ed up underbelly of a bankrupt city and its destitute population, and what an insane movie that launched so many careers. In fact, people were so impressed by Foster, for instance, that the studio wanted her to play the role of Violet in Pretty Baby. But creepy alert, the directors found out Foster was 14 and no longer 12 years old, and that's just too old to play a child prostitute, whereas Brooke Shields can come along at a true age 12 and exhibit the maturity of an older woman, but not too mature, because she must be a real child. While Shields has become a sex icon as an adult, which just makes sense and is appropriate, this role required Shields to have nude scenes as a 12-year-old. Yeah, as a 12-year-old, I'll say it again, as a 12-year-old. And while Shields maintains that she was not abused or humiliated during the shooting of these scenes, there's an entire documentary that just came out about Brooke Shields' life and career entitled Pretty Baby, Brooke Shields, where she discusses how that film and the subsequent publicity that followed it greatly affected her life as an artist and public figure. And so folks at Calvin Klein didn't bat an eye when a pubescent Shields, still underage and only 15, was being ogled by the camera while talking about her underwear and whatever else is under there. I guess people just turned to each other and said, well, at least she's not 12.
Help, I'm gonna split my Calvins!
Calvin Klein jeans.